Hi, I'm Teresa Matthews, your State Hariana Chairman, and I'm here with...
Good morning, I'm Dan Macy, Development Director for Florida State Elks Association.
And guess where we are, Dan?
We're at Florida Elks Youth Camp in Umatilla, Florida.
The beautiful Elks Youth Camp that you, as members, help us support. Look around this beautiful place. It's a beautiful day. There's only one thing missing this year, and that's the kids.
If it wasn't for members like yourselves, this camp would not exist. We're going to show you more about the camp as we go through it. But like Teresa said, it's a shame that this year COVID has really hurt the camp. We've not had our normal kids attending camp this year. Normally we have 20,000 kids that have been through this camp. But we're going to go in through it. We're going to show you more about it for those of you that haven't been here. And you're going to see a whole new world on what Elks do and what Elks mean and what it means to us to have you as a sustaining donor. Without you, this wouldn't happen.
Exactly. Thank you, and follow us. Dan, what is this lake?
Well, this is one of the many lakes that we have here on campus at Florida State Elks Youth Camp. This lake offers canoeing, kayaking, paddleboarding, and paddle boats for our campers. The lake is approximately 10 acres, and it's a beautiful pond. It's well stocked, and a lot of our campers like to come here and fish and have a great time when we do our family week. We've had a lot of kids that talk about this lake and how much they enjoy attending the camp just because they can get out on the water.
How about big kids like me? When do we get to enjoy it?
Big kids like you can enjoy it when you're here with your campers. As an adult chaperone, you can take your campers out, and you can also use paddle boats.
Wow. So again, members, another beautiful place that you help us support. Without you, we cannot bring all the kids out to this beautiful property. Again. So now we're in front of the Grafton Center that houses the Florida State Elks Association offices as well as a gymnasium. And right now we have one of our flagpoles that when the kids are out here for camp, part of where they learn about Americanism. Dan, can you tell us a little bit about the flagpole and what the kids do at the beginning of the day?
So every morning, all the campers go to each flagpole on campus, and they're here for the rising of the colors, and they're here for the retiring of the colors every morning and every afternoon. All our campers learn the respect of the flag and Americanism through our campers program.
Great. Let's go inside and check out the demo now. So Dan, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the ropes course out here, but I am because I came out here with Tampa Lodge. You know, I belong to Tampa, and we have received the impact grant from ENF for, gosh, I think like 5 years in a row now. And part of that, we have a club, Club Chivalry, that's to help keep kids in school, at-risk students, keep them in school. So we brought them out here and did team building, and I tell you what, it was the most liberating experience I've ever seen. Like, I was enthralled. It was the first time I saw it, and what these kids learn about trust and team building and some leadership and getting over their fears. I mean, just watching them that were scared to death to step up there and their friends cheering them on and we got you, and then the next thing you know, they're flying across here, climbing up there, climbing everywhere. It was amazing. But there's other groups that can use this course too, aren't there?
There is, and one of the things, the experience that I've had with the ropes course is I've not been into the course, but I was fortunate enough to be at the camp when the camp was in full swing, watching the kids trying to go on the ropes course or getting involved in the ropes course. Teresa's talked about the fear, getting over their fear. If you notice, you'll see a smaller climbing wall, and then you see a large 60-foot, 70-foot climbing wall. Well, the smaller wall is for the kids to build their confidence. They climb that wall first, and then they build their confidence up, and the next thing you know, they're going up the big 60, 70-foot tower. And it's just all about team building. And you'll see a zip line, and then you'll see a small zip line. The small zip line is for, again, the children to get their confidence to say, you know what, I want to climb that pole, and I want to shoot across that zip line. But the thing that really stuck out to me the most, and it was really cool to see, is this ropes course here. I call it the combat course. And basically what it is the kids start at one end, they go up the cargo net, and they have to work their way all the way to the far end. Now, if there's a member in their team or on their group that is struggling, the team leaders come back, and the whole team comes back as a unit, and they get their team member, they bring them across that finish line. No man is left behind. It's all about team building, strong community sense, and getting the kids to just build their confidence. And it is really, really cool to watch. One of these days, when I get brave enough, I'm going to do the zip line.
Well,
maybe.
I could get my company to come out here, and we could do a team building event for the people I work with in my office. Correct?
Well, you can. I know that we've had a couple SWAT teams come out here and train on the course. So it's the Civil Air Patrol has come out here. We've had a lot of good groups come out. The Boy Scouts, they absolutely love it. And I was told by a special ops team that was here, and they told me they thought the military was a tough course. They said that this course here will put them through the gamut. So we're proud of it. Again, it's another feature that being a sustaining donor, this is where your money goes. This is just another way of what I referred to earlier as that gift that keeps on giving. So here we are at the archery range. This is a part of that program where the kids can come and they learn their archery skills. As you can see, we have 7 targets behind us set up. We have it for short range and long range for all ages for the kids to come to the camp when they do. Again, this is another part of the team building, socializing, community exercise project, and it gives them confidence and teaches them some archery skills while they're here at the camp.
That's great, Dan. How about the safety aspect of it? I'm kind of nervous about my child coming and bows and arrows and cowboys and Indians.
So each child goes through a safety program before they're allowed to pick up the bows and start shooting. And we have our instructors here on site. So for every child, again, we have 2 deep leadership. So every child is a safe zone and no one shoots. But when the line is hot, we have rangers that we call them line officers. They'll be right here. They'll announce when the range is hot, and that's when the kids can go ahead and they'll start shooting. Everyone has to be behind the safety line, as you can see right over here. And if there's a child in front of that line, that makes the firing lane hot, and they cannot shoot. So they have to bring them behind the line to a safe zone before the range goes hot. So it's very safe. There's instructional videos, and it's a really, really safe program, and it's a lot of fun. I've actually been out here watching the kids do it, and they're thrilled to death, especially when they hit the target. You got to see them. When they hit the target, they're really excited. And it's a couple of groups will go against one another, and they have their little competitions. And the neat thing is you can't hear yourself think because they're cheering so loud for each other. It's just a lot of fun. It's what summer camp is meant to be, and we have it all right here at the Florida State Elks Youth Camp.
So there's so many different things for the kids to do out here. Do they just go from different swimming to ropes to archery?
The counselors have the agenda lined up for the week. So when the kids come into camp, they know where they're going to go. So for example, we're out here and it's a beautiful sunny day today, but you can have a storm pop up at any time. So when that happens, then we have the Grafton Center, where we have the state-of-the-art basketball court inside of there, and we also have the huge pavilion that they can go to. And we also have a pavilion out here in the back 40, and this is our primitive area. We have a pavilion out here as well, so that if the kids can't make it back in time, we've got another safe shelter here on this end of the campus. And we always have activities in that pavilion over there. I know they have their arts and crafts activities at that location. So I mean, there's always something going on.
There's something for every kid out here.
There's something for every kid out here. cabins sleep seven children and 2 counselors. So you have 2 deep leadership, which is a really good ratio for the number of campers, and each camper has their own bunk, as you can see. On the bottom of the bunch, when camp is in session, you'll come into a room like this and you'll have your foot lockers at the end of each bunk for our campers and all their gear. And you know what? This isn't like it was when I was a kid going camping. I mean, we have air conditioning, heat, closed ceilings, renovated brand new bathrooms. To me,
I call bottom bunk.
Teresa's already claiming fame to the bunks.
Yeah, this is great.
But this is our campers' cabins. And we have 52 of these on campus. We have them for the boys and the girls, the Oaks and the Palms. And the camp is separated by each section.
And these cabins are not just for summer camp. We have groups that come in here all year round and use them. We have the Boy Scouts of America, any local schools. What other groups? There's lots of groups out there.
We have the Kiwanis clubs. We have Ducks Unlimited has come and utilized our camp. The Turkey Federation is looking to utilize our camp. We have a lot of organizations that come out here. FWC comes out and uses our camp. So to Teresa's point, this just isn't it for kids, it's for all groups.
So all year round, this camp is open for business. Dan, now we're in front of the newest building of our youth camp, which is the Smith Conference Center, named after our past national president, Michael Smith. And what do you know about this conference center? What can you tell our members out there?
Well, this is a state-of-the-art conference center. You wouldn't think you would find something like this in the middle of Umatilla, Florida, but I'm here to tell you this is a fantastic facility. It's great for team building and great for corporate retreats and conferences. We have 32 rooms inside this executive conference center. We have 3 conference rooms. Grand ballroom can be made out of the 3 rooms. We have a brand new renovated kitchen already because we've outgrown the kitchen that we had. So that tells you how much people really enjoy coming to this facility. And we're going to take you through and show you the new outdoor patio area, which is absolutely beautiful, fantastic, and I know our users are really going to enjoy using that part of the facility when they come on campus. So let's go inside and take a look.
And why would they choose this facility?
Well, we've had Ducks Unlimited use this facility for their leadership training conference, which they absolutely loved it. Actually, in this area here, they set up an outdoor kitchen. They had a crab boil, a low country boil. They had all their festivities right here in this location, and they really enjoyed it. And inside, they had the classroom set up in the conference center, and they did their officers training. We've had the Florida Wildlife Commission come in and use this facility for the same purposes as a training center and a team building location. We've also had the Muscular Dystrophy Association. They come in and they use this camp for a week every year, and they take over the whole camp. They take over. Nice. They take over the 52 cabins. They take over the 32 rooms in the conference center, and it is a really, really awesome week. The kids enjoy coming here, and their camp counselors absolutely adore this camp. So we have so many different user types, from the Boy Scouts using it for their officers training and many, many other organizations.
Wow, look how beautiful this is.
Now we're in the lobby of the Smith Center, and this is where you would come in and you would be greeted with your guests. You would have the camp representatives would assign you to your rooms. Everything would be taken care of when you come in. So your room assignments, the keys would be in your rooms, and you're ready to go. Usually we'll be on the door as you come in. We'll have a list of names, and everyone knows what cabin they're assigned to and what room they're assigned to.
This is a nice common area that everyone could meet and just mingle and hang out.
We've had many cocktail receptions in this area. There you go. Beautiful.
So Dan, I know you said that these are the primitive campsites. So what exactly do you mean about primitive campsites?
So we take you to the cabins. As you saw, we had the 52 camper cabins, air conditioned, heated, plumbing, all the amenities of home. So now we're at the primitive campsite. So the closest thing you have to a home is the grass, the sun over your eyes, the moon at night, and the stars. You're out camping under the stars. We do have the fire pit, as you can see behind us, and we do have a safe zone if the weather gets ill weather and the campers need to vacate the area. But we basically, what you see here, when the scouts are here, this is nothing but tents throughout this whole area, and they practice all their totem chips, they practice their fireman skills, they practice their cooking skills. Everything they do here is they're earning their merit badges. So this is another great area for the scouts. The scouts absolutely love coming to the camp. And again, they get their merit badges for canoeing on the lake, their fishing skills, everything is done, and they can get it all right here at the Florida Elks Youth Camp. So it's a really neat place, and it's really fun to see the scouts around the fire pit at night, telling their stories, old mows and different stories. The scouts share their stories and a sing-along. So it's really a lot of fun, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and I was a scout. So it just brings back great memories. So that's kind of what we have here. This is a great area.
I'm glad that my donations, my monthly sustaining donor donations for Harriana, go to something like this for the kids and provide this opportunity. But I must admit, I prefer glamping.
I bet you do.
Where's the Marriott?
I bet you do. I can't say that I disagree with that. But you know what? This is what it's all about. This is getting the kids outdoors. You know, we have a lot of kids that come up from Miami to attend our camp. They've never seen anything like this. They've never been outside of the city. I was here when a young child was looking at the grass and was like, he wasn't sure if he could walk on it or not. It was
Wow.
incredible. And by the end of the week, he was running around barefooted because he liked it so much. But this is the camp. This is what we do. Everything we do, again, is geared towards our program, our major projects, our kids, Florida Elks Children's Therapy Services, Florida Elks Youth Camp. I mean, you know, it doesn't get any better than that. And being a sustaining donor really, really makes me proud to say that I'm a sustaining donor. You know, the Florida State Elks are the warmest, friendliest elks in the state, anywhere.
And our therapists get to use this camp every year as well for family camp, right?
They come in for family camp. And again, it's the same thing. The campers, they love coming here. The kids love going fishing. The ones that can, they'll do the fishing exercises. And it gives their parents an opportunity to have a break, because the therapists come up with the families. The therapist will entertain the children while the parents can have some downtime by the pool and just relax and just kind of get away from everyday life, everyday stress.
And the siblings get to come as well. And sometimes the siblings get a little lost in the shuffle when they might have a special needs sibling that gets a lot of attention. So they get to come out here and feel special themselves.
Right, but with the Elks, we don't leave anybody behind. It's a great program. And again, that donation that you makes all this possible. So remember, when I say the gift that keeps on giving, it truly is the gift that keeps on giving. So we're going to take a ride over. We're going to look at the water slide that the kids built years ago.
All right.
And it's a natural water slide here on campus. Yeah, I'll make a bet that you challenge me, I'll get you on one. So we're going to take a ride over there, and what we're going to show you is a water slide that the kids actually built this years ago. It's a natural water flow. There's no water being pumped to it, and it's really cool. The kids love it.
I can't wait.
So let's
Gotta
take a
stay
ride over
hydrated though.
there. Yep. notice with our pools, we have two Olympic-sized pools. And really the neat thing about this pool, the pools are made for handicapped and special need children. But if you look around the pool, one thing you will not see is a Hoyer lift. You don't see any of those around the pools. What we have is we have ramps in our pools. So the children can gain entrance and exit of the pool on their own without being a spectacle or having the other kids look at them and make them feel uncomfortable or out of sorts. They come in at their own pace. So again, everything we do here at the Florida State Elks Youth Camp is user-friendly, it's team building, it's team exercise, and it's all about the kids and making sure that they have a great time and they understand why we're here and what we do.
You know, Dan, I think the Elks thought of everything, and this makes me proud to be a sustaining donor of Harriana, because I give my money every month. It comes out of my bank account. I don't even notice it, and now I see everything that my money goes toward. It's pretty phenomenal. And
I couldn't agree more. To me, being a sustaining donor, I look at it as the gift that keeps on giving. My monthly donation isn't just helping one child. I look at all the kids it's helping. Our therapy services program, we treat over 523 patients a week with our 29 occupational therapists across the state of Florida, in-home occupational and physical therapy. Then we have the youth camp. Our money rolls into the youth camp. So you're $19 a month, or you're $20 a month, or you're $100 a month. Whatever it is you decide to give is the gift that keeps on giving. It never ends, and it's a beautiful feeling knowing that every time that money comes out of my checking account or out of my withdrawal, guess what? I don't miss it, and I know the person that's getting it on the other end is really enjoying it, and they need it.
So here's the nature trail. I've been hearing so much about this trail and how much they teach the kids here. And I know our camp director, Nick Miller, his wife, Emily, takes the kids out here and takes them on tours. And being the teacher that she is, she teaches them a lot about the moss, the butterflies, the leaves, the trees, everything you see here. She teaches the kids. So a little bit of educational opportunities as well.
There's always education going on at the youth camp. And as we know, we have a resident otter that hangs out in the pond right around the corner that we'll be walking down to. And sometimes you'll catch them on the trail. Sometimes you'll see a gopher turtle on the trail. Sometimes you'll see the owls up in the trees. You never know what you're going to find. And again, this goes back to a lot of the kids that come from the cities, from the metropolitan areas, that have never been out in the country. So this gives them a huge advantage when they go back to school and the teacher says, "What did you do this summer?" Well, I got to go to a youth camp. I got to go canoeing. I got to shoot archery. I got to go for hiking on a nature trail. We got to see a gopher turtle. We got to see owls. We got to see all kind of animals. And if you're lucky enough, every now and again, you'll see a couple deer cutting through the property. So it's really a neat experience. And this nature trail is just another way that taking the kids out, showing them nature at its best. And it's a neat trail because you just never know what you're going to find as you're walking across hiking through the trail. And it's just another neat experience, and the campers absolutely love it.
It's very quiet and, just very different from what we just saw, all the fun and playing, and now it's a little calm, and you can hear all the sounds of nature, just quiet. You can hear everything.
It is. It's a good place to come and just get quiet time and just get your thoughts together as you're hiking through. And I know Emily has a little game that she plays with the kids where they have to find different things and identify what it is as they're walking through, and she knows that they'll find it. So it's a really a cool thing.
It's like a scavenger hunt.
Almost like a scavenger
hunt.
Almost like an educational scavenger. That's a good way to put it. That's really a good way to put it. So again, we're really blessed as Elks, the Florida State Elks, to have this camp, to have our therapy services program. Everything that we do all ties back into what? Sustaining donors.
Sustaining donors, because if it wasn't for our sustaining donors, our lodges, our 55,000 members out there, everyone that helps donate to Harriana every month, every day, every year, whatever it is, it all leads to this. And it's just truly amazing what our members can do.
Again, being a sustaining donor is the gift that keeps on giving.
So Dan, now we're at the pavilion. And this pavilion, I remember my children went to camp here. My two oldest, my son Logan and my daughter Courtney, came to camp here. So I remember my first time ever to the camp. And I was an elk and I had never been here. Now I know they have bus trips. The lodge can bring a whole bus of people up here to see the camp, and I wish I had done it because I didn't know anything about the camp at that time. I brought my kids, but this is where we had to meet to drop them off and say goodbye to them. Went to the gym, and it was a little tear-jerking.
So this is where they were crying because they didn't want to come to camp, and then when you came back to get them, they were crying because you didn't want to go home. Yes. Right? That's the story of the camp. But I like that you brought up about the bus trips coming to camp. You know, St. Pete Lodge every year does a bus tour to Umatilla for February quarterly, and all the members come up here and they do a tour of the camp. They get to sit and listen to the quarterly meetings, and then afterwards they do an invasion at the Eustis Lodge.
Yes.
And Eustis Lodge has a huge barbecue program event going on for them at the members that go there, and it's something that our members look forward to every year. It's a lot of fun stuff. And again, let's go inside the pavilion because this thing is massive. And
before we go in, I want to point something out to you.
Uh-oh.
And if we can get a picture, look at this sign. The Florida Ladies of the Elks enclose and refurbish this pavilion for the children of Florida. So this is what our money does. The Florida Ladies of the Elks, otherwise known as FLO, they do so much for the children too. And the lodges that have ladies organizations, they raise money all year long. They have the 365 Club, just a penny a day in a bank, and donate it. And when they get all this money together and they donate it every year, this is the type of stuff that they do. So we love our Flow ladies as well, and thank you to all of our members that help make these things happen. Now let's go in.
Now let's go in. And thanks for sharing that. I missed that, but I didn't realize that.
So Dan, imagine if you will, this place full of tables, all those round tables set up, full of kids. Can you imagine, hear it now, echo, echo. Can you imagine how loud it is in here when these kids are at summer camp? This is where they eat.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I have been in here when this place is absolutely packed, every table, every kid, and they use the tabletops as drums, and they're yelling for their camper group, maybe the Indians or the Palms or whatever their group is, and they're yelling louder than the next group of kids. You can hear them all through the camp because one group can't be louder than the other, so they try to outdo each other. And that's just one of the really neat things about the camp. And then the other one is, you heard me talk about the mid-year or February quarterly earlier, and up here when we have that event, we have recreations attend. You know,
and we all get to come in here and sit down and make a lot of noise at our tables.
We get to come here and sit down and make a lot of noise. And the neat thing is we have the group recreations. They come in and put on a really
awesome show.
Tearjerker of a show. It's outstanding. Usually it's something that starts in the 40s and they take it all the way up to today's entertainment. And they costume change through the whole event. It's usually about a 90-minute show. It's a 5-star show, and our members absolutely love it. Really do. And one of the other things is you always hear us talk about the team building and the family networking. In this camp, the meals are family style.
Oh, what is that?
It's a family style meal. You sit down at the table and the food is served to the table like it would be if you were at home. Instead of going through a cafeteria style through the serving line,
I like that.
You sit at the table and the kids get the sense of belonging, a sense of family, and a sense of, again, the teamwork. They eat as a team, everything is as a team. So it's a really neat structure. Credit goes to Nick Miller, our camp director. He's put together one fabulous program throughout this whole camp. And why can that happen? Because of donors. If it wasn't for sustaining donors, again, the gift that keeps on giving, these programs would not exist. Without you, we would not be able to do this. So again,
absolutely.
If you're not a sustaining donor, please do so. Visit www.floridaelks.org and get on the donate page, and it'll take you right through it. And if you need help, you can get a hold of Dan Macy at floridaelks.org. I'll be more than glad to help.
I'm so glad to be a sustaining donor. How about you?
I am too.